We've got Darren Little with us, and then we also got Jose Santos. I believe I said that right, hopefully. So we've got a great panel that we've got coming up to you guys. But first off, I'd like to, again, welcome you. But I also want to ask y'all to turn all the distractions off, go and get you something to eat, get you a pen and paper, because we're going to give you some great nuggets tonight. We're going to be able to make you king of the jungle on the online jungle. So if you're wanting to leverage the power of Facebook, then you're in for a great treat tonight, because that's what we're going to be covering. How you can actually use the power of Facebook, setting your Facebook up correctly so that you are actually the attractor factor, and then how we can 10x your business just by focusing on two main focuses. And we'll be covering that. And then also, if you stick around until the end of the webinar, we've got some bonuses for everyone. That is over $25,000 worth of bonuses if you stay until the end. So again, turn on all the distractions, get you a pen and paper, and let's get ready to do this. Because if you're serious about taking your business and using these strategies, once you learn this, you will never do business like you've done before, because it's life-changing, the ways that we're going to show you tonight.
The one thing that I will say about this is that not only is it's probably the most perfect system I've ever seen, for the simple reason that it's simple. It's simple. We teach you how to make those connections, how to build those relationships, the right way to make them lifelong customers. I'll tell you, when we found this, it was so life-changing that it's changed everything, all of our businesses, not just the one that we're in, but all of our businesses, the way we treat our family and friends. We've learned so many different skills from this here that we'll be able to keep with us for the rest of our life and use in every aspect of our life. I mean, what more could you ask for, to be honest with you?
Well, before you get ahead of yourself,
yeah.
So we want to share you a little bit about our story and what brought us to this point in our life.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Paul.
Okay. I think I'll do that. And we've been married going on 28 years now. And when we first got married, I was working for her father. He had a cattle ranch, and I was working for him. And he was paying me room and board, or better yet, beer and cigarettes. You can't raise a family off of beer and cigarettes. So we went looking for something to do. And the only thing in our town was either a logger or you drove a truck. So we opted to drive a truck. And we did that for 20-something years. And it was very profitable. I mean, the last year that we drove together, we did six figures, we're about $165,000. So we were making good money. We had our future was secure, just like everybody. I mean, we had our 401k, we had our individual retirement. We had everything lined up. We had 5 years left to drive. And then we were going to retire, travel the world. We had it all. But in 2013, we still don't know what it was, but I started passing out behind the wheel. Now, let me tell you something. You're driving 80,000 pounds of steel and rubber down the road. You don't want to be passing out behind the wheel.
Not a good activity.
It's not a good activity. Not a good activity.
No.
So we decided that it was best that I come home and find out what it was, because I was coming through Texarkana, Texas, and I passed out while I was in the middle of traffic. How I made it to the shoulder of the road, I don't know, but I could have killed somebody. So it was very, it was earth-shaking. I mean, it scared me to death. She's in the back asleep. My whole world would have been crushed if something happened. Came home. They couldn't find out what was wrong with me. For 2 years, went to the doctors, and finally they said, look, doesn't look like you're ever going back to driving. So they pulled my driver's license. Well, now I'm screwed. I've got her. She's still driving a truck. Now, I don't know about you, but I really didn't like my wife being out there all by herself. I mean, because she was gone 5 days every week. She'd leave out on Monday and she'd get home Friday night. And between that time, she's traveling 30-something hundred miles, and I don't know where she's at all times. I don't know if there's something going to happen to her. scared the hell out of me.
Or something that could happen to him, and I was way off. How could I get home?
Yeah. So we decided that the best thing to do is find something online. I did like everybody else did. I got online. I did eBay. I did Amazon. I tried selling little trinkets. Nothing. You can't make money that way. You got to sell hundreds of thousands of little trinkets to make money. So we started looking for something else, and I saw this ad. It says work from home, done for you system. Okay. That's what I want. I don't know anything about the internet. So we got involved, and I got Yhennifer involved in it. She started looking at it, and she did it while she was out driving. And she said, she came home one day and she says, I want to do this full time. I want to come home. And I thought, perfect. This is what I want. My wife sitting next to me, you know, and us making money from home. That's what I want. I know it can be done because I've seen all kinds of people make money. Mm-hmm. So we got into it. We, well, I hate to say drank the Kool-Aid because that's a bad connotation, but we got involved. We bought the dream, and we started, it sucked every penny we had out of us to try to build this business with this done for you system. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad system. It's great. It's just you got to have a lot of money to throw at it. And what we didn't realize is that to start an internet business, you can do it one or two ways. You can do it organically, or you can pay for it. Paying for it, if you've got a lot of money, that's great, and you can lose it because you're going to lose it. You're going to pay for ads that aren't going to produce anything, you know. So we did that, and we got down. When was it? Last year?
January.
In January last year. You know, and I hate to say this because I've always taken care of my family and everything, but we got down to $2.69 in our bank account. And I'm going to tell you that scared me because I was getting a Social Security check. It's only $1,330 a month, and I had 18 more days to go before my check came in. And we were not making any money.
So that brought us up until last year. And we hit rock bottom. And I had to find a way to continue on the path of this dream of working online, being home with Paul, being here to help him. And I came across Millionaire Mentoring and Black Ops. And I got introduced to by this gentleman, and he showed this. And I looked at this, and I'm like, this is exactly what I needed. I needed to be able to generate leads into my business because I had been paying all along for generating leads. Okay. I didn't understand the power of positioning myself and branding myself. And so he introduced this system to me, and it made the world a difference.
You should have seen, look, the minute that she got this, I'll never forget. She was standing up there doing this dance. I found it. I'm like, what? She says, I found somebody that's going to help me, somebody that's doing exactly what I want to do.
Yep. And so I got signed into it, plugged into the system. I started implementing these strategies the super simple strategies. And all of a sudden I started having a $1,000 day, and then another $1,000 day. And then I started having them on a regular basis. And then I had a $3,000 day. And all of this, guys, was without paying ads.
Not a penny
on ads. It was amazing that this was so simple. It was like I should have known all this, but I just couldn't. And
you have a $2,000 day today?
Yes, and I just had a $2,000 day today in 24 hours. It's an amazing system, guys. It just is life-changing. So, that's what has brought life back into me and my business. And as of right now, I've been able to generate $32,000 online without paying a penny for paid ads.
No, I don't know.
All using the simple strategy.
I don't know about y'all, but anybody that can make $32,000 without spending a penny, you're way ahead of the game right there. Mm-hmm. Way ahead of the game.
But what I'd like to do now is actually bring out my superhero,
the
MLM superhero, Darren Little. He is the one that came up with this founding strategy that has changed so many lives.
Oh, man.
So come on out, Darren.
Hey, Darren. Everybody give Darren.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
So tell us a little bit, how did you come up with this type of, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then how did you come up with this simple strategy that you shared with us in Millionaire Mentoring?
I got to tell you, this story goes back quite a few decades. It goes back about 30 years. And when I first got into this industry and I went to the hotel meeting and I saw them draw those circles and I saw them talk about duplication and all these different things, I looked up there and I thought, oh my God, why doesn't everybody know about this? This is amazing, right? What a great concept. So I did exactly what they told me to do. I made my list of my top 200 and my friends and my family, and I took them this brilliant concept that was going to make us all rich. And they basically all told me to go fly a kite. And I didn't know what to do next, right? I was kind of hooked because I was following exactly what these companies were telling me to do. And it wasn't until I got my own millionaire mentor in my 20s, and he took me into his office and he said, Darren, you want to become a millionaire? And I said, absolutely, I do. And he said, you know, how serious are you on a scale from 1 to 10? And I said, I'm 100. I'm 100, right? I'm really serious. And he says, are you coachable? Absolutely. You just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And he said, Darren, rule number 1, I don't want you talking about our company. Now, I thought that because the company had patents, that we weren't allowed to talk about it yet because it was like top secret, right? We were marketing these oil and gas additives. And he said, rule number 2, Darren, I don't want you talking about our products. Now, when he told me this, my stomach literally dropped to my knees. And I thought, oh my God, we must be doing something illegal, right? Because how could that be possible? How could you sell products without talking about the company that manufactures them and without talking about the products themselves? Now, I came from the world of features and benefits. That's where you have a product and you're going to tell somebody all the features and benefits and try to convince them why you have what they need, when truthfully, you don't even know what they want, okay? And I said, Harvey, let me ask you a question. If I'm not allowed to talk about the company, and I can't talk about the products, what the heck am I going to talk about? He said, Darren, if you want to become a millionaire, you're going to talk about them. And I didn't get it. I didn't get the concept when he first said that to me. And I said, well, are you telling me that you think I'm going to be able to sell these products if I talk about the other person? Yes, you will. Now, good thing that I was coachable, because most people, if somebody was to tell them that was completely out in left field, chances are they wouldn't be. They would revert right back to the features and benefits and try to convince people. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to do exactly what he's telling me to do, and I'm going to see what happens. And what I found was that the more that I actually talked about the other person, the more that they were magnetically pulled to want to do business with me. It was a phenomenon. I couldn't believe it, right? So what happened was I took those same strategies that I learned from that network marketer, and I started to use them in conventional business. And using those strategies, I went on to raise tens of millions of dollars in venture capital. And by the time I hit 35 years old, I became a millionaire. And I thought to myself, you know, 97% of the entire industry is failing. They need to know this material because it's really not, it's not difficult. It's not rocket science material, and it doesn't require any tech skills to be able to master these strategies. But you got to surrender your pride. You got to surrender your ego, and you have to be coachable. Now, what I did was I went out and I took all of this content and I put it into 3 videos that I'm telling you, if you watch these 3 videos a minimum of 6 times, you literally start to go through a transformational process that happens. I'm talking about on a cellular level in your DNA, because we've been programmed our whole life in the features and benefits business model. And that's not our business model. Certainly not if you want to become a 7-figure income earner. So here's the interesting thing that happened. We have people that were actually even completely homeless, okay? They were living on the couch of a friend's house, and in their 6th month, they had a $20,000 month, okay? And I want you to really think about that. From homeless to a $20,000 month within half of a year. That's phenomenal. But we have countless stories now. People that were living on their credit cards, 1 year later that they've made 160,000. People that were washing cars that have made 140 grand in a year. I'm talking about the full spectrum. Okay, I'm talking about doctors, lawyers, accountants from the professional side, and people that were flipping burgers on the worker side, or secretaries, single moms at home with their kids that made $10,000 the very first month. So this training is not only just for business. This is something that will transform your health. I've had people that have gone through Millionaire Mentoring that have dropped their insulin levels in half, that have lost 20, 30, 40 pounds. One lady over the course of a year lost over 100 pounds in weight, and she wasn't on a weight loss program. Okay, so I'm talking about every aspect of your life, the communication with your spouse, with your family, with your children, with your boss. A lot of people have gotten 2, 3, 4 job promotions. We even had a couple of students that just got signed for their own reality TV program. And I want you to really think about that, because when they started, they were donating plasma so that they could eat. Okay, they've got 2 kids, and now they're never ever going to have to worry about money again for the rest of their lives. So what I say to people is that if you really plug in to the training, you really never have to worry about money ever again.
That is so true, Darren. That is so true.
Because it is, the one thing that it is a lifelong skill.
Absolutely.
It is not one of those fly-by-night programs that you learn how to do that program that way, and then the next day they change it and you do it this way. This is a system that's set in stone, that's been proven over the years by the man himself. And I will tell you that not only does it work, it's fun to do too. It really is, because you're meeting people all over the world. You're talking to people, you're finding out about them. I love the fact that you get on there and it teaches you how to connect with those people. So we've got friends in Iceland, New Zealand, all over the world that we truly connected with. Not just we're on Facebook together. We truly connected with them, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Until I learned the skill, I was hiding behind my computer. I didn't understand the concept of actually building that relationship first, and then also just what to say, to be yourself, just to find, just to be able to talk with someone and actually connect with them within, minutes of building a bond. And that's the beauty of learning this 7-figure formula and applying it to any of your business. So it doesn't matter if you are in health and wellness. It doesn't matter if you're in real estate, affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing, any of that. It can all be incorporated into this with the skill.
Let me ask you something, Darren, because I'm sure you get this a lot too, but you could probably clarify this for a lot of people. If somebody that's just starting out, what would be the best advice for somebody? Let's say they've got a business, they've been struggling with it. What, in your opinion, what is the best way to overcome all of those hurdles?
Well, the first thing that they have to do is in the event that they're in any type of industry where they want to get to the top, okay, they really have to be on the path of peak performance and personal development. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're in real estate, if you're in insurance, if you're in the automotive industry, if you're in retail, right? Is that the peak performers, okay, that I'm talking about, the top cream of the crop, they're on the path of personal development. They plug into Jim Rohn, into Brian Tracy, into Dennis Waitley, Zig Ziglar, Deepak Chopra, Tony Robbins. So personal development really has to be part of your daily activity, right? Personal development. And if you make personal development the core of your content, right? Personal development, motivation, inspiration, you start to attract those cream. You start to attract those peak performers into your circle, right? And those are truly the people that are going to have influence. Okay, so in our particular type of business model, you only need a handful of people. Okay, you need 6 to 8 leaders to never ever have to worry about money ever again. Okay, 6 to 8, not 6 to 8,000, not 60 to 80,000, because those 6 to 8 people that have influence will get you the 6 to 8,000 that'll turn into 60 to 80,000. So it really has to do with understanding human psychology, right? More so than anything, right? You really have to understand, why do people start a business in the first place, right? What does it really come down to? And typically, okay, most of the time, they're either in a state of transition in their life, or they've reached a breaking point in their life, or it's a combination of those two things. And when you know that, you can speak to the listening. You can speak to your prospects right to their soul. And a lot of times when I'll write out posts, I'll have somebody that says, I can't believe that I just came across the newsfeed and I read this. It's like speaking directly to me. That's the point, right? Those are the skills that you will learn on how to write the proper content that targets your particular buyer to get them to, respond or to interact with you or to ask for more information. And the majority of the stuff that we do, once you learn these skills, it's all incoming inquiries. It's people reaching out to you, asking you about your business. And I can tell you that having incoming inquiries daily is a lot different than getting up in the morning and not knowing what to do with your day, right? When you have access to, hundreds of millions of people through Facebook, you literally, it's like walking into this gigantic lounge and you scout the audience and you look at a person, and then you get this little tiny computer here in the corner of your eye, and you get all this data, data input. You know what kind of books they like, what movies they like, where they live, if they have family or not, what type of career that they're in, if they have kids or not, if they're married or not, before you even talk to them. Right? That's the power of Facebook. That's what I love so much about Facebook, is that you find out so much about a person before you even have a conversation. You can actually find things in common with people before even saying hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say this much. The one thing that excites me about this whole program is how we've been able to build our Facebook using this system. And I'm telling you right now, the most exciting thing about it is that the Facebook is doing its job now. It's doing not all of it, but I'd say about 80% of the selling now is our Facebook page. All we're doing is just maintaining it, taking care of it, making sure that the doors are open properly and that the storefront looks pretty, and that we're putting value. We give value. We give value. We give value. I can't say it enough. We give value. And the more value we get, the more value we get back. So Facebook is an awesome platform, Darren.
Very much so.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get into a little bit more in depth. And we're going to be covering about the Facebook and how you can actually plug into this system that we're talking about, the Black Ops and then the Millionaire Mentoring. So let me share my screen.
We're going to show you exactly what we've done.
What we can do. See. So bear with me just a moment. Okay, we share now. All right. So do y'all see my screen?
Yes. Yeah, you could
all right. So what we're going to do is get on about how you can actually be king of the jungle. It's all about having the presence online and setting your Facebook page up effectively so that you can actually become that attractor factor. So what can you imagine if you do actually turn your Facebook into your own personal ATM? What we're going to be covering is how you can set that up. It's like prime real estate when you're setting your page up, and it's critical and part of becoming that attractor factor. We're also going to help you build that tribe of followers, even on social media, even if you're just a beginner. It's about following an action plan that we help lay out for you so that you can know exactly what to do to actually build that following, to become that attractor factor. And then also you'll actually be able to have $1,000 days online on a regular basis without paying for advertise, which is huge because this is such a desperate need in our industry. So in the beginning, I had done some things right, but I also done a lot of things wrong, just like most of us do. You know, my biggest thing was that because I didn't understand how to do it effectively, I was harassing all of my friends and family, and to the point where they would see me coming and run. I mean, you've all heard that, like get a list of your family and friends together. And when you do that, then you hate being rejected because they are not your ideal customer. So when you are understanding how to approach the right customers, then you are eliminating the rejection. Okay. Then another thing is that I didn't understand the power of how to generate leads without paying for them, how to do it organically. Then I also did not understand how to do a close or even possibly an upsell because I had plugged into a done for you system. Okay. And so I didn't really understand that process until I got into this program, and it really clarified. And then as soon as I understood that, I started getting team duplication, which is really huge in our industry. Okay. So does any of those things sound familiar? Because it's time right now to eliminate those problems today. And I want to do a little disclaimer because the results you're about to see or hear, just like what Darren and I have been saying, is not typical. The strategies that we're about to share with you generates great income results for us, but it took massive action and commitment on our part. And also, we don't want people that are just wanting a quick, rich, get rich quick scheme. This is not for you if you want to plug into this, okay? You've got to be coachable, okay? If you're able to do that, you do well with the system. Okay, so those are the things that are working for us right now too, and we're happy to share. We do not hold anything back. We lay everything out, very simple steps that you are able to follow. But there is no guarantee that you will get the same results because we are all unique. we're all different, and everyone's goals are not the same.
Right.
So what will we be covering? Okay, we'll be covering optimizing your Facebook profile so that you are the king of the jungle. Okay, we'll actually show you how to, or tell you where to go and get those followers in Facebook. And then we're also going to cover the how to 10x your business by focusing on 2 key areas, and that is marketing and personal development. So the first step is, how are we setting up our Facebook page? Okay, so there's 4 little simple steps that you need to have. Number 1, you've got to have a high quality picture that you are actually smiling. If you see me, you can actually tell who I am. There's no pictures of dogs or you know, it's a far off. You actually can tell who I am. And then the cover picture is something that I paint in my life. Okay, what is my most wonderful time in my life that I want to share with my audience? Okay, so this is a picture of me and Paul on a beach, and that is a favorite quote of mine. Okay, everything that we think and we create thinks positive. That is a positive statement that I choose to say. Okay. Another thing too is that a lot of people forget that it is important to build your intro. Okay, this is the time where you want to put a little mission statement. What are you about? You know, don't just tell someone that you're an online marketer. Boring. Okay. Why don't you beef it up a little bit? Okay, tell a little bit of excitement. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a consultant. I'm a mentor. Okay. These little emojis are easy to add, and it brings character, okay? The reason why you do this is that when you're reaching out to people and you're building those followers, what is the first thing that they're going to do?
Your Facebook page.
They're going to come and look and check you out on your Facebook page. So why not set it up effectively so that you can be that attractor factor, right? And then the fourth step is that videos is the fastest way you can actually build trust. And if you're a little iffy about doing the lives, work up to it. Do some pre-recorded videos. When you're actually doing these videos, they can see you, they feel you. That's when you share your soul with someone, and that's when you connect with people.
Yes, because you can look them right in the face, basically, and see what kind of person they really are. You can tell.
When I started implementing videos into my plan, because when I first started this, I was very, again, scared to come out of my comfort zone. And with their encouragement, it helped me start doing the live videos and the pre-recording. And as soon as I did that, my ratings boosted. Okay, I started having those inquirings and building the trust of my audience. So this is the fastest way to get you on the fast track.
Yep.
And then also, where are you going to find your audience? If we're using Facebook, these are free strategies that we're using so that you are connecting with people, your target marketing. So where are they going to be hanging out? Okay, if you're targeting people, and you want to go to where they're hanging out in the niches that you're in, the industry, the market, Facebook groups.
Yeah, if you're doing something with retirement, you don't want to go and look at market to people who are doing beauty products. So you got to know who your perfect avatar is. You got to know who your perfect customer is, so that you can go and look for them in the Facebook groups. In the Facebook groups, marketing, the industries, anything that has to do with whatever it is that you're selling. If it's real estate, you look on the real estate sites for those are the people you want to market to.
So you also want to try to connect with those people that are on the personal development journey already. So where are your people hanging out? Well, those are the gurus in our industry. That could be Tony Robbins, Eric Ward. That could be Ray Higdon.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
Darren Little.
There are so many different people that you can actually go into, leave comments, and start building that attraction by leaving a comment and they want to connect with you. Okay. So your audience will start attracting those top earners to your profile. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to become the attractor factor. So why is it that nearly 95% fail online? Why is that? Okay. It's because they don't understand that it's not about pitching their products on the at first. Okay. That's all that they want to do, pitch products.
Yeah. How many times have you opened up your messenger, somebody sent you a message, and the first thing they do is send you a link for something? Well, you're not going to watch it. I mean, that's not the way to do it. What you've done is you've just probably got rid of a good lead by spamming them, That's
right. They want instant gratification. They want to buy. They want you to buy right there without building that relationship first to see if there is even a need to begin with. Okay. They make it all about themselves only. Okay. If they're not giving back to provide value, how can people tell that you're interested in helping them? Okay.
Yeah, how can you know? How can you know anything about the person if you don't get to know them? I mean, you can't sell them anything unless you know that they're going to need it, because people aren't going to buy stuff they don't need or want.
I said exactly. So how do you 10X your business? Well, you get access to a millionaire mentor.
That's the best way.
That's the best way. Plug into the Millionaire Mentor. Darren Little is an amazing teacher. He has changed my entire life in the way that I do business now, simply because I plugged into his training.
We've seen him recruit into his business in about 6 minutes.
It's amazing.
The guy just from the street. It's amazing. The guy he's silver tongued, I'm telling you.
And so also with the Millionaire Mentoring, they help you provide the value up front. Okay. You're on a personal development journey. Okay. So you're promoting your business on the back end. Okay. It's not about you. It's not about your products. It's not about your services. It is about how you can help your potential customer solve their problems. Okay. It's not about you. Remember it. It's all about them. So stop pitching them. They're so sick and tired of being pitched.
Just remember, you have to, I forget, I've heard Darren say this, but you have to give 100 times more the value of what you're giving them.
Exactly. So if you want to 10X your business, so the two things that you need to focus on is that you need to master the skills of providing lots of value.
Lots of value.
Lots of value. Okay. You can't give too much value. Okay. And then you've got to start solving people's pain.
Because that's what they're all looking for. They're looking for a solution. The reason that everybody's watching tonight, they're looking for a solution. They know that there's something out there. They just haven't found it yet. So you've got to get to know the individual, find out what they're doing, find out what problems they're having, and then look for a solution for them. That's what an effective marketer really does.
And how does Millionaire Mentoring help you do that? It's because we focus on the two key areas, the marketing and then the personal development, because you are in a leadership role when you're into this marketing. So that's what we do inside of Black Ops Underground.
Black Ops Underground. Yes, sir.
And so you want to know how you can get into this, okay? Well, inside of Black Ops, you actually have to get Genesis Library.
Yep.
And when you get in the Genesis Library, this is a digital download that has tons of personal development and marketing skills on the back end of this.
It's very well put together.
Okay. How do you get access to this? You purchase the resale license right for $99 per quarter or $299 per year. Save yourself $100. And then you own the library for $1,049. And there's $49 transition fee.
Transaction fee from PayPal.
For PayPal. But when you do that, you start getting $1,000 commissions paid directly to you. That's not waiting 6 weeks or 4 weeks for your commissions check.
Now, let me tell you something. That's probably one of the best things about this program, that when somebody joins the program, they pay you. They don't pay Darren. That $99 is for the platform that we're on. The $1,000 is paid directly to you. And here's the best part. You can put it in your bank the very same day. You know, we have one program that we have to wait until the 8th of every month to get paid.
So again, we focus on the marketing side. Okay, so we really focus on our mindset. 25 proven traffic sources, email copy that sells. Okay, here's the thing: we teach Facebook, but this works on all the platform, on and off of your marketing.
Online or offline. We
also give you the internet marketing in 1 hour a day. Facebook Live Blueprint. These are things that you get to put into your tool belt, your arsenal, so that you can help provide more value into the market.
Because that's all it's about, is value.
Okay. And then you also get a lot of personal development. We've got our own superhero here, Darren Little. And I'm telling you guys, when you get to watch him, it is life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
But not only do you have 6 and 7 and 8-figure earners right here, that you actually get their secret sauces. Okay, they're telling you their struggles of their online journey, what made them success, that you actually get to utilize into your life. Apply this to your life. Okay, you've got Jack Sufelt, you've got Ray Higdon, Tracy Walker. I mean, these are great people that you get to learn from.
Yeah, it's 24 hours, an hour-long videos for each one of them. It's like sitting down with a cup of coffee, talking with them. Now, if you tried to put all this together yourself, it'd be ridiculous. There's no way you could find all this. And so they've done an excellent job of putting all this in the back office for you.
Yes, they do. And then even more personal development with Jack Sufelt. He's the author of the DNA. I mean, again, these are all audio and videos that you get to utilize into your personal development. And then we also want you to be healthy. So we've incorporated some health and wellness, some nutrition, because it's all about the body, soul, and mind. Having all of that working as a well-tuned machine.
Yeah, because if let's say like you got your mind and your soul right, but your body's all messed up, something's out of kilter. You got to have them all in alignment.
So, but you've got to have something that appeals to the masses, and build your tribe of followers. Again, so let me stop this, okay? And I want to go back to bring out Jose, because Jose, you because I want you to tell a little bit about your story, but into all of that you'll get. So if you would, Jose, and about your story too.
Hello.
All right, you guys hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, there you go. Hello.
All right, awesome. Hi, Yhennifer, Darren, what's going on? Awesome. Thanks, guys, for having me on this call with you guys. I'm Jose Santos. I'm coming live from Orlando, Florida, guys. I'm usually with my partner in crime, Yhennifer, but she is unable to be here with me tonight as our younger child is a little bit sick, so she had to run off to the ER with him. But let me tell you guys, I mean, just hearing Yhennifer's story and hearing Darren speak and being part of this amazing webinar, you know, with this amazing strategies that we have learned over the last year. I'm just going to go over my story, guys. I'm going to give you the last 2 years of my life, okay, in about 10 minutes. All right, guys. So let me take you back. You know, I've been entrepreneur for about 20 years. Okay. I've had all small traditional business, brick and mortar stores. It's been a teeter-totter, you know, some success, some failures. I've had to take some jobs in between these businesses that I've had. And going back to early 2016, I was living back in New York, had a barber shop already there for about 2 years. I was operating, and I joined a network marketing company. Okay. This was probably about my 6th or 7th company in a span of maybe several years. All right. I was always trying network marketing besides whatever I was doing full time. And I really fell in love with the culture, right? With the positivity of the people. You know, but I was getting those same results like, you know, a lot of network marketers were getting, you know, like not that much success, right? And I couldn't figure it out why. In 2016, I found a company that they had a product that I was able to actually retail out of my barber shop to my clients. And I was very happy with that. So I was in this company already for a few months already. I was doing well with the products. And early in about January 2016, I met Yhennifer. Okay. She was part of the same company. She was down here in Orlando, Florida. And we connected through the internet, you know, and we kind of just started talking. We hit it off, right? I came down here to visit sometime, I believe was probably February, that, you know, probably 30 days later or a month and a half later, I came down to visit. And it was like love at first sight, you know, we hit it off, you know, and we fell in love, right? So, you know, 6 months later, about June, I found myself going through a major transition in my life. And I decided to sell my barbershop in New York and move down here and start this new life, a new journey, new chapter in my life, right? I came down here in June of 2016. Yhennifer and I, you know, started our relationship. You know, we were working together. We were now both part of this network marketing company. You know, at that time, she was doing this network marketing company for a few years, I believe, already. She was doing very well with it. She was making about $7 to $8 grand a month at the time when I met her until then. And I came down here with some savings, a little bit of money put aside, and really with hopes of blowing this company up. We found the company for us. This was the one that was going to take us to the promised land, right? Well, 90 days later, guys, about 90 days later, that wasn't the case. All right, we were struggling with this company. Yhennifer could not get team duplication the way that we needed to sustain that amount of money that she was bringing in. I was having a hard time generating leads. We were having a hard time with team duplication. I didn't have any more friends and family left to harass. Okay, you know, after you know, a few different elements, like they didn't want to hear it. Okay, and you know, the holidays were coming upon us. We actually have 6 children between the both of us, so we're like Latino Brady Bunch, right? You know, and we're like, oh man, you know, so we're just getting by. My savings are depleting. The holidays come. Besides the holidays were coming, we went through hurricane number 1, okay, down here in Florida, hurricane number 1, 2016, right? You know, we got through the holidays. Stuff starts getting really, really tough for us. We were struggling with this network marketing company, and it brings us to 2017, okay? Right around the new year, actually the couple that Darren mentioned earlier on this webinar, Louis and Sandra, that now have their own TV reality show, were actually friends of ours down here. And, you know, I went to go visit Louis, and, you know, he tells me they're actually part of the same company that we were in, okay? They were also struggling as well, the same pains, couldn't find leads, no team duplication. You know, they couldn't get traction, right? I knew there was more to it. I knew there was more to it. I was like, man, there has to be a way, you know, that we could find the perfect demographic and make our dream business grow, right? So we went to visit Lou and Sandra, and Louis, you know, asked me if I ever heard of a Millionaire Mentor. And I was like, yes, I have, but I've never met one. Why? What do you know? He was like, wow, well, listen, this couple just introduced me to this guy. And, you know, he has a lot of experience in the industry, and he's willing to share the secrets, right, that the top income earners don't share. And I'm like, really? I'm like, man, we have to take a look at this, you know? He's like, yeah, I think I am. So we kind of made this kind of like little pact, you know, behind the girl's back, you know, like, yeah, I'm saying we're going to do this, right? And we're going to help them because we're the men, and we're going to step up and find the solutions, right? So that's what we did, you know, and Louis went on and he hooked up with Darren. And I remember getting a call from Louis about a month later, and he says, listen, we just got off our first Millionaire Mentoring session, and you're not going to believe what we just found out. And I was like, share, you know? And they said how they took about 7 to 9 pages of notes from this webinar, right, from this Millionaire Mentoring session. And all the stuff that they started sharing with, I was like, oh, man, I need in. I knew it, right? I got to get in. So at that time, we were struggling, right? We didn't really have the money. We're falling behind our bills. I just made a sacrifice, and I borrowed the money. You know, I borrowed half of the money, actually. Yhennifer really didn't know what was going on yet. You know, we presented it to her. She was kind of skeptic at first and like, what are you doing? We're falling behind our bills. I'm like, listen, this is it. I'm telling you, this is it. I know this either A, this guy really knows what he's talking about, or B, is the best actor I've ever seen, you know, because I'm telling you, he just sounds like he knows what he's talking about, right? So long and behold, we got into it. You know, we started practicing these strategies with our other LMM company. We started, you know, implementing the strategies online, right? And we started getting a little bit of traction, right? But we really weren't getting to where we wanted to be, right? And the pressure was coming down on us, okay? We have now fell behind on our rent. We have now fell behind on our utilities, okay? And we were facing a eviction notice, okay? So that's when stuff really, really got real for us. I was at a job. I actually took a job as well because I was just trying to make things happen, right? We had to come up with a lump of money, a lump sum of money in a short period of time, right? And I remember just coming home frustrated, you know, and I'm telling you after, I was like, listen, you know, this formula, I mean, it's already given us, you know, a couple $1,000s. If we could only do that on more consistent, maybe we're just overlooking something here, right? She reached out to Darren on a message. I thought, or my ego was making me think that Darren was not going to reach out to us. Like, this man would not have time for us. He actually called us through the messenger right away. And, you know, we were on the phone with Darren for about an hour and a half. And he says, guys, you have to surrender your ego right now if you want to come out of this, okay? If you do exactly what I've been telling you, to follow the simple formula, okay? Do X, Y, and Z, right? For the next 10 days at least, you should pull out of this. And I said, okay, we're going to do this. That's exactly what we did. So we just took massive action, did every single thing that this man told us to do. And after 10 days, within 36 hours, we had our first income explosion of $5,400 in our bank account paid out to us, right? And then the following, what's that?
Awesome.
Wow.
Right? And, you know, that was our first income explosion. And the next week, you know, another $6,000. And I was just like, whoa, this cannot be for real. But it was for real. Okay. So we were able to pay off our bills, get caught up. Guys, we went 2 days without water here, 2 days without water. Okay. So that's how 2017 started, you know, and this was all around the end of March, early April. Okay. I was able to pay off the bills. We were able to get our utilities back. I was actually due to be scheduled in my best friend's wedding, and I didn't even know if I was going to make it. It was that bad. And we were actually able to make the wedding as well, like last minute. Come on this wedding, and we made $3,000 from our cell phones in St. Thomas. One day. We were like, what? So we were just ecstatic. I mean, we just couldn't believe what we've just stumbled upon, you know? And since then, guys, you know, everything has changed for us. And when they say 100% transferable skills, it will do good in your business, in your personal life. It has done exactly that. You know, 2017 was a crazy year for us. You know, we started making this income. We went through another hurricane, right? And at the same time, I started going through a custody battle, okay, for my 2 younger children. And, you know, you know, despite of what people were saying, you know, that was going to take me down the rabbit hole, that don't do it. You know, you got to be very careful what you're doing here. I couldn't just not do it, right? So I actually really put it into set my intentions because, you know, Darren, you know, offered an extra training that he has, right? And we actually raised the money, got into that training from Black Ops, right? And it's more of a mindset training, guys, more of a mindset training, okay? And what I learned there, I learned that I create my own reality, right? And if I master how to control my thoughts and my emotions, I can really manifest things and really create what I want in life. So I was like, I really believe 100% what Aaron taught me, and I'm going to fight for my children, right? So I'm proud to say that just last week, after 8 months, I actually got physical custody of my 2 boys, right, from the state of New York.
Wow.
With no lawyer.
What?
With no lawyer, guys. With no lawyer. I represented myself because I believed in it so much, and it actually happened. So when he says that these skills that we learned are 100% transferring, will really transform your life entirely, they will. You know, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little choked up here, but you know, I owe a lot to Darren. You know, he's an amazing, amazing mentor, and you know what he has taught me, and we has taught Yhennifer. You know, I will ever be grateful for him. And I mean, and besides that, guys, since last April to about right now, we're very close to hitting $100,000 online. Okay, we have 5 different income streams online, and with 0 paid ads, guys. 0 paid ads. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Yhennifer.
Awesome. Great job. Good job.
That's what we've done, and we took what we made last year and reinvested it back into some other businesses we've had, and last year I think we did a total of
96,000,
something like that.
96,000
online because of what we've learned here. We've been able to use it in everything. I love it, man. The man's a genius.
Yes. So guys, I mean, so I've got some special bonuses. Again, I want to share my screen one last time about pulling out this. Okay, so what do you all get in? Okay, so the proven free method strategy is worth $1,997. That's included. Okay, you get the Black Ops membership of $8,997.
And I personally think that that's undervalued.
Very undervalued. Plus, if you join now, I'm going to be actually giving a Super Saturday training where I'm going to actually go from the start to beginning and actually go through the entire process. It should be about 3 to 4 hour long. That you will get a part of this if you join by the 3rd week of this month. Okay.
The value of this thing, let me tell you, the value of this thing is the best way to fast start your business, to really put it into high gear and get everything set up the way that it's supposed to. It's an amazing value.
And then you also get an in-house premium boot camp with me, and that's $1,997. Okay, that's a total value of $15,098.
$988.
I can't talk. I'm dyslexic.
She is dyslexic.
But the special bonus is actually what Darren is doing for us. You get 90 days of Millionaire Mentoring that is worth $10,000 worth of value. Yep. You get access to being the king of the jungle, right? Darren, when you get to watch him again, and then you got Ari, these two giants in our industry have changed so many lives by just simply this right here, this program.
By helping people.
By helping people just like us, okay? But then you've got, again, all total is a value of over $25,000, okay? So, but you're not going to pay $2,500 or $25,000. You're not even going to pay $4,997. Not even $2,000. And this would be a steal, actually, if he was to pay the $1,000.
It would have been steal back at 25.
But we're talking about a one-time investment of $1,149. And guys, get in on this now. I'm going to get and do that Super Saturday, the 17th of February, right now. So I'm actually going to leave this on the table for 7 days for you to join to get access, and then it's all full. I've got 12 spots only available this month.
Because we spend so much time with our people that we can only afford to do so many people, because we want to give the attention that they deserve. So, we've got to be, we're looking for people that are coachable and that can take action. That's what we're looking for. If you're not coachable, well, then I'm going to be, I hate to say this, but if you're not coachable, you're not going to make it in anything. I don't care what it is. You have to be coachable. You have to be able to follow the system. And here's the best part. Since we've already done this before you, every one of us has proved that this is not only possible, but very doable. If you follow the scripts, we have scripts teach you how to talk with people, how to bring them, how to look for those 3 things in common. It's all laid out for you.
Very simple strategies that we implement on a daily basis that generates this type of income.
If you've been struggling, if you've wanted to build a business, if you've been doing all right, but you want to take your business to the next level, this is the program. I'm telling you, this is the program. Now, you can go out and you can pay $35,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 for mentorship programs that are only going to do one thing. They're going to teach you one thing, and they're going to charge you a fortune, and then they're going to walk away after a 2-3 week period. Promise you, we've been through it. For $1,049, you're going to get something, and you get everything that Darren and us and Ari and Jose, you get all of our knowledge for $1,049. Come on, people.
All you got to do is just throw your hat over the board.
Over the wall.
All over the wall. Get on board. Click on that button below, somewhere either down below or on the side, to get signed up, guys, because this is a total great value. We get to work with you one-on-one. We get to help you set your Facebook page up, how to target your audience, how to get content, marketing, how to speak to people without actually really speaking to them by turning your Facebook into your own ATM.
Dude, we're teaching you how to do your business right. We're teaching you, I don't care what business you are in, you've got to build that platform first, the foundation. You've got to build that foundation, because if you don't build it right, your house is going to fall over. So we're showing you how to build it right. There's nobody else that does this. Nobody else that does this. And nobody does it as effectively as what Darren does and how he's taught us. I'm going to tell you, this has been exciting. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed having Darren on here and Jose, and I wish Yhennifer had been on here, but I understand that the baby's sick. But man, this has just been exciting. I've been looking for this all week.
Thank you guys for coming out. Is there any last words that y'all would like to leave the audience with, guys, before we wrap this up?
Well, I just say to people that, you know, you've obviously come here for a reason. You're either in a state of transition or you've reached a breaking point in your life, or a combination of both those things. And I can tell you 100%, hands down, that if you surrender your pride, you surrender your ego, and you just be coachable and show up. 80% of success is just showing up, right? Show up, take notes, and I can tell you that you will literally never have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. And that, my friend, you can take to the bank.
And that, my friend, is the best way to end this this webinar.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, guys. Again, click the button below and let's get y'all signed up. We all look forward to seeing you very soon, guys. And again, thank you.
Look forward to helping everybody.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.